Shalom. First and foremost, I have to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakradash, Yahweh being the true and worldly calls God, Ba'ashem in the name of, and Yahushua being the true and Lord and Savior of the worldly called Jesus, and the Kakradash meaning the Holy Spirit. Double honors to apostles and elders of great millstone that are worthy of double honors, that rule well and that are worthy of double honors. And much respect to you, you Akim and Akwaf, pushing the work of Lord in true faith, sincerity, Lord willing of the hopeful elect, man, Yabashino Shai Brakatah, may the Lord bless you, man. So today's edification, exhortation, we're basically going over how adultery is a bitch nigga move, man. Adultery is a bitch nigga move, because ultimately, according to the scriptures, the act of adultery, adultery being, having, ultimately sexual, having a sexual, ultimately affair with another man's wife, man, which is off, man, according to the scriptures. And it's ultimately a bitch nigga move, man. You're not real if you commit adultery, man. We live in a world where niggas brag about, in rap songs, I'ma fuck your bitch. Even Tupac said, to Biggie when they had their beef, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker, and he was proud saying that, man. But according to the scriptures, that's off. In this world, it's cool to go pop, your brother's, man, wife, man, or girlfriend, man, But according to the scriptures, man, that's off. But according to the scriptures, man, as I emphasize, is that, adultery is completely off, man. Not only does it, it's just so many things that it defiles, man. Because especially, knowing that the act of intercourse is a very spiritual thing, man. It's a very spiritual thing. So you're breaking your spirit by committing the act of adultery, And also, man, just committing adultery, is just, that's one of the, worst, commandments you can break, man. Because ultimately it's common sense, man. Even nature itself knows that, committing the act of adultery, makes no sense, man. Because ultimately, you got all of these women in the world, all these women in the world. Why do you think that the Lord made more women on this earth than men? So men could ultimately have a variety of women. So there's all this fish in the sea, but you choose to, pop your brother's wife, man. That just shows the mind state, the dead state of niggas, man, in the society, man. You got all these women, man, but you want to be out here popping your homeboy's wife. But I got inspiration to do this lesson, man, from, hearing the story of, Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher. If you're not familiar, Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher are two former NBA players, man. And ultimately they were teammates, man. And Derek Fisher, which is the bald dude, ultimately had an affair with Matt Barnes, which is the dude on the left's wife, man. Behind his wife's back and also his teammates' back, which was Matt Barnes, man, the dude on the left. And this video shows evidence that, ultimately it's confirmed that he ultimately had an affair with, Matt Barnes, his teammate's wife, man. Because in this video, you can clearly see the guilt on his face, man. And when she ultimately, went to go greet him, you could see through that kiss that, that she gave him, you could see that sexual chemistry, man. Sexual chemistry when you see it, man. And when you commit an act of adultery, man, you ultimately feel guilty, man. Because you ultimately feel a form of nakedness, man. You ultimately feel a form of nakedness when you commit adultery. Why do you think, through the spirit, Why do you think when in the movies, when you watch movies, why do you think when they get caught up, having an affair, the husband comes home, first thing the woman does is cover herself with blankets, because it shows the shame, that she has, for committing the act of adultery, man. You know, because the dude has seen you naked plenty of times, so why you covering yourself? It's because it's spiritual, man. It's because these people know that it's shameful to commit the act of adultery, man. It may feel good at first, but once you think about it, you will feel guilt. And when you look at the screen, man, you can see the guilt in his face, man. Wait, man, let's start the video, man. You see, man, look at the guilt, man. You see, look at the guilt. Look at Matt Barnes looking at him, because Matt Barnes, feels something is wrong, you know? And, your spirit always warns you, man, that something's going on, man. This is why you have to trust your, as they say, your gut, man, because it never lies, man. People will lie to you, but the spirit will never lie to you, man. The spirit will always warn you, you know. Man. So this dude, man, Derek Fisher, and he's been known for doing this to plenty of his teammates, man, and he will be destroyed for that, man. He will be destroyed. He's not gonna get. You niggas are not gonna get away with, ultimately committing the act of adultery, man. You know. Man. Now let's get into the scriptures. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 14. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 14, and it reads, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," man. It's one of the first commandments, man. Thou shalt not commit adultery. What is adultery, man? Let's go into the definition of adultery real quick, man. Adultery. Voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and a person who is not his or her spouse. So that's ultimately, what adultery is, man. So if you smashing, your homeboy's rib, his John, his woman, that's adultery, man. You know? But at the same thing, a lot of people get it confused that a man, like, it's not adultery when a man, right? If a man has a wife, right, and then he goes bangs, a woman who's single, who's single, and ultimately is, like a virgin, then that and he splacks that, he puts his rod inside of her. That's not adultery, because according to the scriptures, a man can have multiple wives, but because true marriage, according to the scriptures, is the act of intercourse. So if a woman, is a virgin, and you ultimately, you already have a wife, and then you have a sexual intercourse with her, the woman that's a virgin, then that becomes your wife, man. So, if you're a man, and you go pop a woman that is, a virgin, and has not deal with a man before, then you can ultimately, have intercourse with her, man. But as a woman, man, a woman, is supposed to have one rod her whole life, man. A woman should not be hopping from rod to rod, and you women will be, judged, for committing the act of adultery too. Cheating on these simps and all that. But at the end of the day, a wicked woman is a wicked man. But let's get back to the point. Thou shalt not commit adultery, man. It's self-explanatory. You've been hearing this since before you even, received this knowledge and understanding. Your whole life, you've been being told not to commit adultery. In verse 17, thou shalt not covet, covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. You know, so the word covet meaning possess. So you're not supposed to possess, your neighbor's house. You're not supposed to possess your neighbor's wife, man. You're not supposed to be dealing with another man's wife. Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's, man. So you're supposed to stay in your own, vicinity, man. In all categories, if the neighbor has his woman, his own woman, then that's the neighbor's woman. That's not yours, man. You don't have a right to go to your, neighbor's, belongings, man. You know, man. So you're not supposed to have possession of anything of your neighbor's, man. In the scriptures, there's no pass it to my, bro. No, you don't do that according to the scriptures, man. Every man has their own belongings, man. Which keeps things in order because the Lord is not the author of confusion, man. You know. And now let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and 30. Start at 25. No, it's not. This book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 24, starting at the 24th verse. Proverbs 6:24, and it reads, "To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman," man. So this is Solomon, man. He had many, experiences with women, man. He's a professional, at getting women, man. So Solomon knew, ultimately the psychology, and ultimately, the study, of women, man, because he was experienced, man. With a lot of women, man. This man had 1,000 wives, you know, plenty of concubines, etc., man. So he had a great experience with women. So he's warning you, man, to keep thee from an evil woman, man. So you're supposed to stay away from an evil woman. If a woman has, a husband and she's lusting after you, trying to, trying to, ultimately make you, have, intercourse with her, man. She's basically, like, lusting after you. You got to keep away from her, man. You know? And from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman, she gonna use her mouth, to try to, seduce you, man. But you gotta keep away from that. You gotta stay woke, man. You can't be out here getting sniped. In verse 25, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, man. So don't lust after her beauty, man. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids, man. So you're not supposed to let her take your soul, man. By just looking at you and just her beauty, man. You need to stay woke out here, man. In verse 26, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, So, by the means of a, whorish woman, so a whore will go out her own way, man, to use every ounce in her to ultimately take you down, man. That's why the scriptures say, giving out thy strength to women which destroyeth kings, man. She gonna turn you into a piece of bread, man. She gonna take your soul, man. That's how deep, these women's lust are, man. So that's why you gotta stay woke out here, man. And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life, man. So these women, man, they out here on a hunt, man, trying to get as much seed, men's seed, as they can, man. It's like an ego thing with these women, man. This is why, man, you gotta play hard to get, man. You gotta know, you gotta have a high self-esteem about yourself. You gotta know you a king. A woman should be approaching you, man. You know? Women should be approaching you. She should be the one, lusting after you. Not you lusting after her. But these women, man, they'll make it, a mission, man. These adulterous women, a mission, to hunt down, a righteous man. So that's why, us brothers, man, you gotta stay woke out here, man. Don't be deceived by these women's beauty, man. Especially it be the ones who with boyfriends and shit, man. Giving you the googly eyes. You out here in public. She looking at you even though she's right next to her boyfriend. You know, man. You gotta stay away from that, man. That's a sign. To get out that, place as soon as possible, man. Because these women, they will hunt you down, man. These adulterous, man, women, they will hunt you down. So you gotta stay woke, man. In verse 27, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent, man. So all these comparisons, man, there's always with a cause, there's always an effect, man. You know? So, if you go onto your, neighbor's wife, man, you're not innocent, You're not innocent. You're guilty, man. You're guilty. In verse 30, men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding, and he that doeth it destroy his own soul, man. So, committing the act of adultery, is like, on a whole different level, between, compared to, a man, stealing your goods, man. It's like a dude breaks into your house and steals your 60-inch flat screen TV, you know? With that, you can get, ultimately reparations. But when it comes, to, adultery, you can never, it's not like you can never erase that, man, from happening, because once you commit adultery, that's there forever, man. And you will never forget it, and that person will never forget that, man. So it's a heavy, heavy crime. And so, whosoever committeth adultery for woman lacketh understanding, man. You got no understanding, man. If you commit the act of adultery. So you saying, oh, you wise, no, you smart, you a scholar, but y'all here committing adultery, man. You lack understanding. And he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul, man. You really destroy your own soul when you commit the act of adultery. In verse 33, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away, man. So you will be, ultimately destroyed by the Lord, man. The Lord will judge your ass, man. You will not. You niggas are not getting away with committing adultery, man. And these jakes, man, out here, bragging, about popping, they homies, or they dead ops, wife, man. That's going off, man. And whatever man soweth, he also reapeth, man. The Lord's gonna really, judge you niggas, man. Who's out here, wise and committing adultery, sticking your rod, in another man's wife. The scriptures say, man, my people are Sodom's children. They're wise to do evil. You niggas are wise to commit adultery. You niggas are wise to eat shrimp, crab, lobster. You niggas are wise to be scholars in niggology, man. Everything contrary to the Lord, you niggas are wise in, man. This is why 2/3 gotta be destroyed, man. But now let's go to the book of Psalms chapter 4 and verse 4, and it reads, to close it out, stand in awe and sin not. So you see a woman out here, man. She probably look mad good. You know what I'm saying? She probably look mad good, trying to seduce you and all that. But the whole time she got a man, So you can stand in awe, you be like, in your head, you be like, damn, she's baddish, you know. And she's beautiful, man. Damn, she got the wagon, she's curvaceous and all that in your head. But, you know, you stand in awe, you're like, damn, but like sin not, man. You know, don't take, you know, the extra step, man. You know what's gonna lead to your downfall, man. Don't take the extra step. You know, committing adultery, you know, it all starts with, you know, with standing in awe. But you this is why you need to, you know, strengthen yourself, you know, and be disciplined, man. You know? You gotta look at these women, you know, as art pictures, man. You know, you go to an art gallery, you see paintings. You gotta look at these women as paintings, man. You know, you could look at them, you know, you observe them, you know, you like, damn, this painting looks nice, but don't touch it. You know, because if you touch the painting, you know, or the icon, you know, you're gonna get, you know, in trouble. So this is how you gotta look at these women, man. You know, as paintings, man. You know, don't touch them, man. You know, sin not, man. Sin not, so you don't get in trouble. You know, and commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still, Salah. So you got to be still, man. You got to make sure you and your masculine, you know, frame at all times, man. You know, you and your masculine phrase, you being professional. You know, you being spiritual at all times. You know, I don't care if, you know, the hottest woman in the world was to talk to you. You still got to keep your masculine frame. I don't care if, damn, you know, the Queen of England, man, you know, or Miss America or Miss, you know, fucking Spain or some shit, man. You know, come up to you. If she got a man, you gotta discipline yourself, man. Even if she tries to touch you, you know, seduce you, you gotta be disciplined enough to tell her, you know, to stop, man, or ultimately leave the vicinity where that, you know, adulterous woman, you know, is ultimately trying to, you know, do to you, man. You know, you gotta be disciplined enough, man. You gotta be like, nah. You gotta be like, nah, man, I'm not gonna touch you. You know, I'm not gonna do this. Ain't right. You know, you gotta be able to say that. You gotta be able to say that because when you commit the act of adultery in the moment, you know, it feels good, but after you do that, you're like, damn, like it really messes with your mind, man. You know, it really messes with your mind, it messes up with your consciousness, man, because you knew you wasn't supposed to do this, man. You know, commit the act of adultery, man. You know, because it's ultimately off, man. You know, it's common sense. You know, and you niggas, man, you know, out here, you know, you niggas love leftovers, man. You know, for example, man, for instance, right? If I get a pizza, right, and I bite it, right, you know, with my mouth, and, and I say, you know, you want some of that same pizza I bit out of, are you gonna eat it? No. So you gotta look at these women like, you know, if she's married, man, you know, or she's already taken by someone, man, you gotta look at her as leftovers, man. Do you really want a leftover pizza that someone already bit out of? No, you want a fresh new pizza, or don't you? So that's how you gotta look at it, man. You know, if you're not the first, you know, you are the last, man. You know, there's plenty of women out here, man, who are untouched. You know, get you that, man. The same woman that you lusting after, there's plenty. There's probably a bunch of other girls, man, who look exactly like her, man. You know, or even better. You know, man. So, you know, don't, you know, waste your time, man. You know, on one thought, man. You know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, man. You know, don't, you know, you know, eat leftovers, man. You know, you niggas love leftovers. You know what I'm saying? You know, and niggas think also that a high value thought is accomplishment, man. You know, I don't care if Kim K, man, tries to come up to me, man. You know, I'm gonna turn her down, man, because most likely she has a man, and also, man, I don't want leftovers, man. Everyone's been in that, man. You know, everyone's been in that. Look at it as a cookie, man. Imagine you take a bite out of a cookie, you know, every day, just one bite. Day by day, that cookie's gonna get smaller and smaller till it disappears. So that's how these women are, man. You know, every time a woman gets with a new man, her value decreases, man. You know, this is why they say, women age like milk while men age like wine, man. Milk, the more you leave it, out, as the days increase, the more it gets spoiled, man. So this is how these women are, man. So don't, you know, fall for leftovers, man. Get you a brand new, piece of peace, man. So with that, Lord, we fight to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Shah, Bashim Kakradash, man. Adultery, man, is bitch move, man. Don't do it. Examples of this, man, you look at, King David. King David was a prime example. King David killed, Wayne, and basically plotted to take down his own, soldiers, man. Someone in his circle, you know, took him down and made him die in the war so he could have that man's wife all to himself. And the Lord stopped dealing with King David because of that, man. King David let his lust get to him, man. King David wanted the leftovers, and don't be like King David, man. This will, you gotta learn from the things that happened, before, man. People go through stuff, so you don't gotta go through it, man. So look at, King David, prime example, man. Committing adultery, man, is not the way, man. Because once you commit adultery, man, you have knowledge, of knowing that adultery is wrong, man. The Lord is not gonna mess with you no more, man. Because you already know, and it's ultimately common sense, man, to know that adultery is off, man. Man. So with that, Lord, I give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash, Abal, death to America, Shalom.